What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to showcase a Spiritomb team in the Holiday Cup. Now, I think Spiritomb is one of the best safe swaps in this meta. As long as you avoid the Fairy-type Pokemon here, it's nearly unmatched. Sucker Punch as well as Rock Tomb are two of the best moves in the game. It has that debuffing utility and a lot of fast food pressure, and it's a lot of fun to use. Really quick, though, before we get into the battles, I want to ask, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps out the channel a ton. I upload videos basically every day here, and I would really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. All right, we got our first game of the day. We're going to see Lantern into Cradilly. Okay, not a fantastic lead here. However, I would say it is playable. I'm just going to swap out into Spiritomb, though, just because I have two better answers to Cradilly in the backline. Although, I wouldn't expect to see too many Cradillys today. We're at 7. I'm fine taking a Rock Tomb here. It'll lower my attack stat, but that's fine. Because I can survive the fast move pressure after the fact if they stay in. Whoa. That's what they do? Honestly, I think that's pretty good for us here. Because either I get a one-shot or I get a shield. And I mean, either way, at this point, I can wall this with Lanterns. So they're forced to throw energy against us right now. And, that's pretty bad for them. Oh my goodness, I just win CMP here too. Spiritomb, oh my goodness, on the save swap is just destroying them. They kind of have to shield this, or else they go down shield and switch advantage. But now, the thing is, they're down 2 shields. I'm going to get a full farm down here. They're at -2 attack. Maybe -1 if they flame charge. Okay, -1. Okay, they do undercharge, which honestly, whatever, that's fine, I guess. You get an extra incinerate there. But man, they're in a lot of trouble, I think. They have a move now, likely just a fly coming through them. They are 2 more incinerates away from their next fly. But Lantern has a lot of neutral damage against Cradilly as well. So, oh, they flame charge. So they're actually 3 more incinerates away from their next move. They're not going to get another attack off this game with this Talonflame. Oh my goodness, okay. This is starting to look pretty good for us. Although there could be Pokemon in the back maybe I don't want to see still. And they do need to go for a Grass Knot to knock us out, but likely, if they do reach a move, they'll just go for a Rock Tomb. With that said, I think there's no reason not to just stay in here with Lantern, go for 2 Surfs, and get the KO. I guess they don't let us see what's in the back line. I wouldn't be surprised with maybe like a Skeledirge. I've seen Double Fire in the past before, and that might be why the Spiritomb was so bad for them. Let's go. Okay, great way to start it out. All right, next battle. It's going to be a Lantern into Aurorus. Fantastic lead. We wall off the fast move pressure. They need to go for Meteor Beam to do any sort of damage, but they do not one-shot us. Okay, Sucker Punch for it comes in. I have Ninetales here. A little bit slow on the counter swap, but we do resist Sucker Punch damage, so this is not a bad matchup for us to be in. They built up to 6, so it could be a Brick Break, but no, they just go for the Swift here. Alright. I'm going to go immediately for the Dazzling Gleam, because I know if I want to be able to win this matchup in the zeros, I need to land a heavy-hitting move. And we actually get a shield there, so now I should be able to shield this up and go straight Weather Ball against this, which is going to be nice. I want to win Switch if I can. They're 5 away from their next Swift right now. They could always go for a catch here if they wanted to on their Aurorus. I hope this Weather Ball knocks out. It's not the strongest move in the game, per se, but, I mean, it's a Shadow Ninetales. It might be enough here. Yeah, it is. Nice. It's going to be a little bit difficult as well for the Aurorus to farm us down, but they might go for it, because honestly, there's no reason not to at this point. They'll have a lot of energy for my... Oh, okay, nice. I was going to say they'd have a lot of energy for Lantern, but not if they Weather Ball us here. So now, I have the Spiritomb Lantern Core against whatever their Pokemon is in the back. There's not a lot of things I could see that would be truly difficult to deal with, but maybe, like, I don't know, a Wigglytuff would be the worst thing. Okay, well, their own Spiritomb's a little bit awkward, I guess, but I think that's still very fine. We're at 9. Likely a Rock Tomb coming through here, but I'm going to just shield this up, because at this point, I can force a second charge attack out of them, and by doing so, my Lantern should win the game. They could go for a no-shield here, potentially, which, honestly, not a bad play if they do that. Because if they no-shield survive, get to another move here against us, that could maybe open up a win condition for them in this game. But I think at this point, I just Water Gun this down, Surf the Aurorus, and I win the game. Even if they get a Shadow Ball off into us, I don't think that's going to matter, because they still need a Meteor Beam to win the game. And Water Gun might just knock them out before they can do anything here. Yeah. So we'll go for the Surf. Looks like they top lefted, and we should be able to win this game. because, I mean, if they top lifted, they're already out of here. Yeah, okay, nice, let's go. Another win under the Lantern belt. We're fighting Maxi here, one of the best battlers in Europe. Lantern into Shadow Talonflame, fantastic lead matchup. Let's see what he brings in right now. I want to avoid this if I can with my Ninetales, so we'll see what he comes in with. Another Furret safe swap. We'll bring in our Ninetales once again, because it's pretty good here against Furret, as we found out. He built up to 6, so once again, it could be a Brick Break potentially, but it might just be a Swift. Yeah, once again, just a Swift. Okay, I actually miscounted a little bit here. That's not super ideal by me, but I think we're still in a good spot, just by keeping switch advantage, potentially. I'll go for the Weather Ball now, because I'm still, I think, outside of Incinerate range, so I might get 2 Weather Balls off into that Talonflame if I can keep a little bit of HP. I do take another Sucker Punch here, so it's gonna be close whether or not I get knocked out here by a single Incinerate. I'm not gonna risk it and go for 2 Powder Snows, because at this point, I can just go for back-to-back Weather Ball now. He likely is gonna have to no-shield them both. Oh, I do just get knocked out, never mind, so that's a little unfortunate. Okay, that's good to see, though. Sucker Punch damage is gonna shred through the Annihilate, and while they can boost their attack stat with a Rage Fist, I can just Rock Tomb them in return. And this Annihilate is going to have way too much work to do, with way too little HP to do it with. So unfortunately for Mr. Maxi here, it's looking like this game is a little bit of an RPS nightmare. Rock Tomb, even though it is resisted by the Fighting-type Pokemon here, I might as well get the debuff, just make it so I survive that next Rage Fist anyway. Counters are resisted against us, but man, look at how much damage they're still doing, right? It's still kind of shredding us here, honestly to the point where they might knock us out with the next counter or two. It just won't quite do it. Yeah, but we actually get a Simul, it looks like, which is kind of crazy to say. The fighting type can beat the ghost type there, but it doesn't matter because our full HP Lantern is going to seal the deal. Nice. Once again, a pretty quick win with this team. We got our next opponent here, and it's going to be our Lantern into Wigglytuff. Okay, fantastic to see this away from our Spiritomb. And honestly, Lantern in these neutral matchups is not terrible. Man, how many safe swaps are we going to see today? 4, 5, 6. Alright. Again, they build up to 6 and they throw the move. I keep saying it, but this could be, if they want to, this could be a Brick Break. And for once, it actually is. Now, whether or not that's a good play, I don't know. Alright. Dazzling Gleam probably does like half their HP. I don't know. I really don't know a lot about my Ninetales matchups in this day and age. We land the Gleam and it does knock out. Nice. Now, I don't know, thanks to that debuff, if I can get to 2 moves against this Wigglytuff here. I don't think I can. Yeah, no. But we can't get to a Dazzling Gleam, which does guarantee a shield, and we'll get some Powder Snow chip damage, as well as a shield or a lot of Dazzling Gleam damage against them. Okay, they do shield. And we only give them 4 charms of energy, so they're still 1 away from their next Swift. Whoa, what was that game? 5. Okay, big Swift coming through. I can no-shield this. It's not a strong attack here, right? Wigglytuff's bread and butter is going for the fast move pressure plus potential Icy Wind debuffs. But when you're not allowed to do that as Wigglytuff, it makes it a little bit harder for these neutral matchups. Okay. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt here just because I would be surprised to see a second shield out of them right now, honestly. Yeah. I don't see many reasons to shield this. I mean, maybe I should, but I think shield advantage Spiritomb should be pretty good in the backline. And it looks like that will be the case. It's actually triple normal team. Licky Licky is their final Pokemon here. And as you can see, these Sucker Punches are kind of adding up pretty quickly against them. They're going to go for maybe a Body Slam bait if they're crazy, but oh, they are crazy. Okay, well, it's good to know that they're a crazy player. But I don't think that's going to matter because, once again, I can just go for this Rock Tomb here. And we can just no-shield their next move no matter what, and guarantee the Shadow Ball will not one-shot us. They won't be able to clear their debuff or anything. And I still have my Lantern with quite a bit of HP, honestly, that I can farm down the Wigglytuff and the Lantern if I need to, so we should be able to win this pretty consistently here. They're going to go for another Shadow Ball here, likely. Yeah, this time they actually do full send the big move, which makes sense. They probably swap into Wigglytuff right about now, but, I mean, I can just tap my screen. I'm not quite low enough to get sniped down by Charm. And now I can just Sucker Punch through them, and we take care of the triple normal team. Okay, is that 4-0 right now? This team's popping off. Oh no, our final battle of the set's gonna be up against Ryblit. Fantastic battler here. Let's see what he's running. He's running the Wigglytuffs. Good battlers are not immune to running D-Gen picks, right? I ran Wigglytuff quite a bit myself in this meta. I mean, it's just such a solid Pokemon, right? It's hard not to run it sometimes with what it shuts down here. But I know I can survive whatever they're going to throw here. And at this point, Swift is going to be 4 away, so I can overfarm a little bit. I'll go for the Surf here just in case we get a shield, but I'm happy with the damage we're getting with our Lantern right now. Okay, honestly, I'm going to do this. Oh my goodness! Okay, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. This is fine. I can still Sucker Punch this down. I thought he was going to immediately go for the Swift there. I'm kind of an idiot, though. He did not do that. It's maybe still fine. We see a Sableye come in here. Not the best hard counter to Spiritomb, but I mean, it should still be a little bit scary. Ah, man. I thought he was going to instantly Swift, and I was going to go for a funny catch. Didn't quite work. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, he's at back-to-back moves. And he's not just at back-to-back foul plays, but foul play plus, like, Dazzling Gleam or Power Gem, whatever his coverage move's gonna be. He's at 8 right now. Okay. Well, he probably goes for foul play, but he is debuffed, so maybe he doesn't. He Gleams. Okay, so he's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he throws a debuffed foul play into us right now, which could be helpful. The fact he doesn't bank this energy is good, but I don't know his final Pokemon, right? Ah, haha. Well, now I do. And now I know I'm in a pretty bad spot here, it looks like. My Spiritomb was pretty good into the backline. I probably shouldn't have tried to make any fancy plays. Well played, Deriblet. Here he's got us. He just incinerates down and goes for the Shadow Ball to take us out. Yeah, Spiritomb in the backline would have popped off a little bit in that match, but I tried to be I tried to be too fancy there. It's fine. We'll take the 4-1, and we'll see where that gets us up to. It's 26.95, actually. Not too bad, but maybe our Q times aren't going to be too good after this. Let's see. All right, next battle. It's going to be our Lantern into an Alolan Sandslash. Okay, well, I want to avoid this with my Ninetales if I can, and Water Gun is going to add up over time, but we do have to keep in mind, likely they are going to be running Drill Run as their coverage move here. I mean, I say likely, like, what else could you run? I guess Aerial Ace is an option technically, but I would not suggest running that moveset. Alright, so they're at 6 right now, which means they have the Drill Run, and they immediately throw it. That does do quite a bit of damage. They come in a Spiritomb here, actually, and I can outpace them with an attack with my Ninetales if I go for a Weather Ball, which I think will be the play. So right now they're at 7, or actually they're at 8 with that Sneak, so they have the move right now. We get a shield, though, with a Weather Ball. Interesting. I mean, I'm fine making this matchup go a little bit longer here, just because maybe I can swap out and save a bit of my Ninetales then. Sure, now my attack's going to be lowered, but I can Dazzling Gleam and still knock you out. They are likely going to let this go, but honestly, if they shield this, it will be kind of interesting to see what I want to do. Yeah, they do let that go. Makes sense. Okay, and it's a Corsola in the back. I'm going to clear my debuff and come in Spiritomb, because honestly, Spiritomb looks pretty safe right now. 8. Alright. I mean, I survive a Nightshade here. I'm a little bit worried my HP is getting pretty low right now. But I think that's fine, because I have a lot of energy left over on my, my Lantern. Okay, they're at 7 right now. Okay. This game's going to be a little bit more awkward than it could have been, potentially. But we'll just throw this move immediately here. And we'll see how they want to play this out. Because they are pretty low on HP with that Corsola right now. I think they need to go for an Astonish down against us to have a real chance of winning. And I should just be able to get a Surf here if they try that. Which hopefully just wins us the game. Surf is a decent attack here, right? And Corsola is fairly low on HP right now. They do survive, but I can just Water Gun or potentially Powder Snow that down. They actually do get the move off here with 1 HP, but I don't think it's going to matter. They need back-to-back moves. They already threw a Nightshade against my Spiritomb. Oh, I also had a Weather Ball I probably should have thrown. I one-turn lagged. Why wouldn't I one-turn lag there? But we get the win. Okay, nice. Ooh, next opponent here. Elip von Flosch is a pretty good European battler, I do believe. And we see a Magnezone on the lead. Interesting. Okay. Well, I have Water Gun here, so it's a little bit better than it could be if I were, say, on Spark, right? But it is still a little scary. I'm just going to go straight for a Surf here, because I do want to get a knockout or a shield early on against this Pokemon. I don't want to see this with my Ninetales if I can help it. I think I'm barely outside of Wild Charge range at this point, so we'll no-shield this. Yeah, now I should be able to... Oh, wow. He comes in with the second Electric-type Pokemon. His own Water Gun Lantern, actually. Interesting. And we get a full Sucker Punch Sneak, which doesn't actually matter for the pacing here, but I mean, it's not bad, right? Alright. I'm just going to Shadow Ball when I get to back-to-back. I think that's the play. That way here, I get the maximum amount of energy, and potentially I can just knock them out here as well, if they end up letting it go. This is the first time seeing that Shadow Ball has been cheaper is actually, like, remotely beneficial for Spiritomb, because now I have back-to-back attacks. Alright. They're likely going to try to dance around a little bit with this Magnezone. I went for a Rock Tomb. I don't even know why. We probably should have just guaranteed a knockout here, but I guess we still got a shield. Alright. I don't get knocked out by a Mirror Shot, so they do have to go for a big attack against us right now. But they go for the Mirror Shot bait, which is fine. I think they do knock us out with the next Volt Switch, yeah. Tried to go for a catch there, didn't quite work out. I do have to shield this up, though. Like, even a Mirror Shot against a Ninetales does quite a bit of damage, right? So I can't let that go. Oh, you've got to be joking me, dude. You've got to be joking me. Where was I supposed to put my Ninetales in this game? Alright, well, that's a crazy team. They are so weak to ground. I was expecting, I don't know, like, a Flyer, maybe? Something I had play into? I was hoping maybe it was a gimmicky team as well with, like, I don't know, a Ufisk in the back, but no, I guess it's a Skeleturge, and I did not want to see that. Okay, next opponent. We're gonna see Lantern into Chargebug. Okay. Um, I'm pretty neutral against this. I don't really know what I want to do here. But I guess we'll try to just maybe get some damage against this. Maybe dance around a little bit. Yeah, big X Scissor, I guess. We attempt an X Scissor catch, doesn't quite work out for us. But they might go for a Discharge against us before swapping out, which is still fine. I have a lot of energy on my Lantern. And Discharge is not as efficient of an attack as some of the other moves that thing could throw. Alright, I get 2 moves through here, so I'm going to go for the bigger attack first, just to try to sneak through a little bit more damage. Nice, that's kind of massive. And there's my Weather Ball to either get a shield or maybe a knockout against them. And baiting this Pokemon out is so nice to see, because I'm a little bit scared of this pick. Especially for my Spiritomb, right? I have so much energy on Lantern, but I'm not going to shield this up. Maybe I should, but I'm not. Okay, I'm actually going to just take some charm damage here on Spiritomb, which also might be a bad play, but I'm just trying to see what I can do in this match. Oh, they have a Furret in the back. Did not want more fast move pressure to be on the screen right now. That Furret could put in some work right now against us. But I do have a lot of energy on my Lantern, right? That's the main thing that we have here. I was hoping if they had a normal type, it would be like a Licky Licky or something. We got a shield there, actually, which is kind of interesting. They throw a Brick Break. The Brick Break's not ideal. I could have maybe no-shielded that, but, like, I have to shield something this game, right? So, I guess it's gonna be that. A little surprised to see them swap out here. We'll see, though, what's gonna happen. Because I think my Lantern might be able to come back in and maybe get to 2 moves. Alright. I'll Rock Tomb here, get the knockout. I can save my Spiritomb to maybe get a Sucker Punch off against that Furret later on if I need to. This is going to be so close. I don't know if I can reach my Surf here before they're going to be able to get another Swift off against us, but we'll see. I need to be 3 away, which I am. Okay. Okay. You know, I don't know if that was the most efficient way to play out this game, but I'll take it. Lantern able to hang on, get to that second Surf there, and I find a way to win despite not getting the catches and the plays that I thought I was going to be able to, but we'll take it. All right, next battle. Lantern into Shadow Sableye. Okay, pretty neutral Pokemon. The worst thing about this is they can outpace us quite easily here. The Lantern is rather bulky, right? So I can no-shield, leverage a shield advantage, hopefully, against whatever they might have in the back. But Sableye is a little bit of a hard Pokemon to read. Like, if you have a Sableye on your team, you could have a lot of Pokemon alongside it. You're at 3 right now. We likely get a shield here, which is fine by me. Yeah. I'll swap into Spiritomb, try to Sucker Punch them down if we can. 6. 6. Okay, well, that's just a foul play, but honestly, I don't want to take a Shadow Foul play. That would do quite a bit of damage. That likely means Power Gem is their coverage move, though, so they're at 1. Keep that in mind later on. 2, 3, 4, 5. I could try to go for a CMP here, although I'm not sure if Spiritomb wins this CMP, and honestly, I think I'd rather just have the energy for the backline anyway. I'm fine investing a shield here. Hopefully I'm fine with it. We'll see. Licky Licky comes in. Interesting, okay. Well, I'll get a debuff off first. We baited out another Pokemon that's not necessarily amazing for Ninetales to see, so we'll see how that goes. They throw an alignment, I guess, just for fun here. They're at 5 right now. So 1 past the move. Oh my goodness, they have Earthquake, actually. That's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna maybe undercharge this a little bit. It's like, I want to get some energy on my Ninetales if I can. I did not undercharge that enough. I could have got up to 3 Powder Snows there. I only got 1. Okay, we see the Ninetales in the back, though. Maybe it's playable still. 7. Alright. We'll go for a bait here, just to make it a little bit more scary. Just in case they end up shielding. 8. Gleam's gonna hurt. But the big question's gonna be, do they try to catch here? And do I survive long enough to, like, make it matter? I do survive this, okay. Okay, we call that they're gonna try to catch at some point here, which is nice. Now I get the Gleam off. And I hope this puts them into fast move farm down range. I still have my Spiritomb with Sucker Punch. I still have my Water Gun Lantern here as well. So I think I can hopefully put them into farm down range. But maybe not. They're already at a Gleam here. That knocks us out. I needed, like, 2 more Water Guns, I think. I need 3 fast moves here. I'm only gonna get 2. Yeah, I just lose. I needed 2 Sucker Punches there for the tie. That's so sad. I played it out just like I needed to. But, they just had too much energy there, I guess. Even with the bait on our Ninetales, just not quite enough there. Well played, though, to them. Okay, next game. It's gonna be Lantern into Licky Licky. Okay, well, we did just see an Earthquake Licky Licky, which is kind of crazy. Let's see if we see it again here. I'd be very surprised to see Earthquake, though. I guess it could be on Solar Beam as well, which would not be super ideal for us. Water Gun is adding up here against them. They're building up to a Solar Beam. They're at Solar Beam. They're at 100 energy right now, so they've actually overfarmed a little bit too much here, if you ask me. They're back-to-back Shadow Balls. And they just Body Slam, okay. Okay, so they're at 2 rollouts of energy now. Oh, actually they're at 1 if they Shadow Ball. So now they're at 2. We're almost at back-to-back Surf here. We get a shield? Wow. And we catch a Body Slam here too. Okay, so, I mean, we have some energy on our Lantern if we need it. We might bait out like a Wigglytuff here, though. I wouldn't be super surprised to see that. They're staying in, though, which is going to give us a lot of free farm against Licky Licky. They go for a Shadow Ball, potentially. It could be a Body Slam bait. I'd be surprised, though, if they did bait this move. People are crazy today, I guess. What? Maybe trying to catch an attack here? They come in, annihilate. Okay, well, they win CMP against us. I mean, I'm just gonna no-shield this, though. Rage Fist from a non-Shadow Ape does not knock us out. Not by any means. I don't know what they're doing right now. It's kind of freaking me out, if I'm being honest. Alright, big Shadow Ball. Gets the knockout. They likely come back in Licky Licky, I guess. I don't really know what I should do here. Oh. I see the final Pokemon is a Doublade. Wish I saved this energy. But I think I just have to let this go and farm down with Ninetales. And hope that, like, 2 attacks from Ninetales here are good enough into the Doublade. Because I will be able to outpace. And I think, honestly, they will be enough. They should be at 9 right now, so back-to-back Sacred Swords, but they need a Gyro Ball to get the knockout against us. But I think 2 Weather Balls will just do it. Ah, close enough. Ah, you know, maybe I have to call a bait. Yeah, we call a bait. We call a bait. Just to give us, like, the maximum possible win conditions here in this game. Weather Ball should get the knockout or put them into, like, 1 Powder Snow range. 2 Powder Snow range. Okay, so yeah, I did need to call that bait there. If I don't call the bait, they do get to do that Gyro Ball, which would have lost me the game. That was a little bit dicier than it should have been. Forgot they stored a full Body Slam. I should have just instantly swapped into Ninetales when they came in Licky Licky to save my Surf, but it doesn't matter. We got the win. We got the 3-2. And that gets us up maybe to the 2700s? No, we gain literally 2 points. Never mind. This team was a lot of fun to use today. I think that Lantern is honestly a little bit underrated right now in the Holiday Cup as well. But man, Spiritomb put in a lot of work here. You Sucker Punch through so many Pokemon, and that Rock Tomb debuff potential is just so hard to come back from if your opponent is not ready. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.